Izzy Isabella is a hairdresser. One day, the microwave in her salon causes a fire. The assistant of the salon's landlord, Doug, asks for payment for the damage, so she gives the money she had saved for traveling the world. The Prince of Lavania, Prince Thomas, asks his assistant Walter to schedule a haircut. Walter mistakenly calls up Izzy's salon, telling her that she will be paid $500 for the haircut. Izzy agrees. When she meets the prince and starts cutting his hair, a housekeeper comes with tea and accidentally drops it. Izzy is upset at how badly the housekeeper is treated and leaves without finishing the prince's haircut. She returns to the salon, where Thomas comes in to finish the haircut. Afterward, Izzy agrees to walk the prince back to the metro and the two share a fun night. The next day, Thomas, his fiancée Lauren, and her mother discuss who to hire as the makeup artists for the wedding. Prince Thomas's assistant recommends Izzy's salon. Her salon agrees and they travel to Lavania. Another assistant, Madame Faber, tests their makeup skills. Izzy passes but her co-workers don't, so Madame Faber trains them. A French woman who works for the royal family shouts at Izzy's friends and co-workers, Destiny and Lola, because their hairstyling isn't to her standard. However, after training them, it's clear she's proud of their progress and only held them to that standard because she knew they were capable of. Thomas has never visited his kingdom's bad or across the tracks areas, but is persuaded to do so by his butler, who encourages him to follow Izzy, who wants to get away from the stuffy royal castle. This supposed slum appears to be a bustling marketplace, with people pushing wheelbarrows and dressed as if ready to break into a traditional folk dance at any minute. During their night out, sparks ignite between prince and stylist, but reality sets in return at the palace, where a rich, gaudy American couple has pledged their daughter, Lauren, to marry Thomas in what is mostly a financial convenience marriage. The next day, Thomas states to his family that he wants to do more for the locals. Izzy encourages the locals to donate to the less fortunate children by leaving items at the castle gate. Lauren tells Thomas that she wants part of their new estate to be for her work studio. Thomas finds the guardhouse full of donated toys for the children. Thomas finds the guardhouse full of donated toys for the children. Izzy and Thomas drive the toys and some royal furniture to the orphanage. Lauren's mother observes that Thomas and Izzy are getting too close. Lauren is not concerned, commenting that she would rather focus on her business ideas than marry someone she barely knows. Izzy and Thomas drive the toys and some royal furniture to the orphanage. The prince helped her by providing furniture that was not used in the palace, while the two were helping and feeding the schoolchildren. When a photo of them ends up in the papers, Izzy is asked to leave. It is revealed that the reason why the king and queen want Thomas to marry Lauren is because her family could help them get out of debt. As Thomas and Izzy's friendship evolves, a problem comes when Lauren's mother discovers their chemistry and publishes a photograph of them with the headline, "Italian Tomato Seduces Prince," prompting the king and queen to fire her. following the publication of an article in the local newspaper implying that Prince Thomas is having an affair with Izzy. Prince Thomas's parents pressure Walter to fire Izzy. He shouldn't be too concerned, since Lauren tells her mother, Ruth Lamotte, that she wouldn't mind if the wedding didn't take place. The photograph taken by Lauren's mother was published in a tabloid. The news took the royal family by storm. They fired Izzy from her job and wanted Thomas to marry Lauren without raising any controversy. When Prince Thomas protested, his father confessed that the family was penniless. On the wedding day, Walter tells Thomas that he knows Thomas is in love with Izzy. Thomas tells Lauren he can't marry her. She is relieved as she also does not want to get married. Izzy returns to find that there was a major fire in the salon. When Doug visits asking for money, she tells him that she had spoken with the owner, who had expected Doug to rewire the property last year. The family makes plans to refurbish the salon, but Izzy tells them she doesn't want to work at the salon anymore, instead choosing to be director of a local community center. Meanwhile, as the prince was getting ready for the wedding, Walter confessed that even though he had all the luxury in the world, he had to leave his lover to live a life of material prosperity. He realized now that life with all the luxury is nothing without love. Izzy reached New York after getting the news of the salon fire from her mother. She realized that she was in love with the prince, but saving her family from the mess was way more important. When Doug visited the salon to collect the money for the damage, Izzy confronted him by saying that she had directly had a word with the landlord, and he confessed to having paid Doug to fix the electric wiring of the place a long time back. The damage money never even reached the landlord. Doug knew he was in deep trouble and left without a word. As Izzy's family was celebrating the failure of Doug, Izzy confessed to her mother that she did not wish to be a hairdresser and would lead the community service from now on. As Izzy stepped outside the house and looked at the stars, she thought of the prince. She heard a horse approaching and saw that the prince was riding it. He replicated the fondest memory of Izzy, in which her father rode a horse and took her for a ride, and later fed gelato to not just Izzy but also the horse. And took her for a ride, and later fed gelato to not just Izzy but also the horse. He confessed his love for Izzy, and the two expressed their feelings with a kiss. The prince finally took Izzy on a horse ride as her friends cheered, witnessing the union.